So many network marketers fall in love with a health and wellness product, and then they realize that there's an incredible opportunity to build the lifestyle and income of their dreams. But what happens when you get started and you run out of friends and family to talk to, and what you're doing on social media just isn't quite getting you where you want to be? Well, the truth is it's probably not your fault. It just takes a little marketing know-how that you may not be getting from anywhere else. So on this podcast, I'm sharing with you the secrets that I've been able to learn from all of my top earner friends and mentors. I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly what it takes to get people excited about the wellness products that you have to offer, to help people improve their lives, and to get you to the rank that you want to be at. My name is Soraya Goddard, and this is Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Hey guys, it is Soraya here. I am so excited to be here with you today because it's been a little while since I've published a podcast. So I'm back in the game. Happy 2020. Happy new decade. Happy new year in business. Happy all the good things coming to you in 2020. I'm really, really pumped to be talking to you today about something that I wasn't quite sure, quite frankly, whether or not I was going to even bring up, but it's really been weighing on my heart, and so here we are. And that is authenticity. So let me tell you about why I wanted to talk to you guys about this today. I kind of fell off the social media map for a while, for about 2 months. And I mean, if I'm really being honest, I just had a really tough end of the year. So, some of that was stuff that I shared. Some of that I didn't share with really anybody, just stuff that kind of is private to my husband and I. And really it came down to a couple things. I was at a complete stage of like burnout. I had just been pushing so hard for so long in so many different areas in my career, because if you guys are new here to the podcast, I have a full-time career. In my side business, I had been just pushing and pushing and pushing. And these are all great things, all getting great results, but still taking a lot of energy. I've struggled with anxiety for many, many, many years. And that was kind of rearing its ugly head and making me doubt myself and really getting in the way of things getting easy or being easy. And then I've just gone through some health challenges that I haven't really shared and I don't really plan on sharing. It's nothing too crazy, but some things that had certainly been affecting my sleep and things that had been affecting my energy levels and things like that. So all of that combined, and I just hit a wall. It was like one day I was okay, and the next day I just was like a mess and couldn't even muster up the energy to post on social media or really do anything but the bare minimum. So, and the bare minimum is some things to grow my business, things to take care of my customers and my teammates, and then really to take care of my ongoing membership, which shout out to you guys. Those of you who are listening, love you all, social media sales secrets. So I showed up for those things and that was it. Everything else I was basically quiet on, and I needed quite a bit of time to just get my life together. So, I don't know that I'm like fully together again. You know, I think life is just a work in progress and you go through seasons. And that was a season for me at the end of 2019 where I was just having a hard time doing the things that I knew that I needed to do. I don't know. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I had a lot of you reach out, a lot of you like, hey, where are you? Because I'm pretty consistent in posting on social media otherwise. So, you know, I struggled with not only the things that were putting me in that, you know, physical state and emotional state, but I was also struggling with like, do I share any of this on social media? And I preach all the time to document what you're going through. But in this case, I just really didn't feel like that was the right choice. Because I wasn't quite sure how to describe it. And I wasn't sure that being public about any of my challenges was going to help either myself or help gain new customers or even help just in any way. I just didn't think it was value added for anybody. And so I kept it to myself. So I think that when I reflect on that little end of year journey for me, just something about authenticity kept coming up. I have to remain authentic to myself. I know you guys obviously have to do the same. And sometimes that's hard to navigate when you're trying to build a business online, when you're trying to build a business, a network marketing business, no matter where, online, in person, a combination, however you build your business, it can be challenging. And so I just want to first acknowledge that this is not always the most simple thing to navigate. Like the steps that we take to build our business are simple, right? You reach out to someone, you give an invitation, and then you post on social media or, wherever there are people, you get people's attention to attract them to you. But if you're on here and you followed me for any amount of time, you probably want to build your business in some way on social media, and you probably are already on that path. So the steps that we take to build our business are actually very simple, but navigating some of the emotions behind it are not as simple. And so I want to dive a little bit into that today in this episode, and then I think you'll see me talking about this more in this podcast. If this is like season 2, which I'm not actually going to make it an official new season in iTunes, but if this is like the start of my second season of the podcast, then I would say that I want to use, this platform, all of you guys. I want to use my voice to share the things that I know some of you are struggling with, some of the things that you guys are having to navigate, whether good or bad. And I think I want to be just a little bit more open about things like the mindset and the emotions behind building a business. So that's a teaser. But today I'm going to talk about authenticity. So I think that if you paid attention to just anything social media in 2019, you probably saw an increase in people attempting to be more authentic. What do I mean by this? I mean, people posting less filtered photos, right? Less curated social media. People talking about their personal journeys online. People opening up about their struggles. People opening up about things like mental health and alcoholism and things that are deeply, deeply personal. And people are much more free talking about this online now than they were a year ago. And I think that's a really good thing. I do think there are some people who are just kind of writing that for attention, but I think that's pretty much a very small part of it. I think people are just accepting that to navigate this world of social media, this is the world that we live in, this is how we connect with others, that connection requires some sort of trust and vulnerability. And so that was a big trend in social media. And I say trend because not only is it something that I saw more people doing, but I saw marketers doing this to build their business, which is really fascinating. Really, really, really fascinating. Part of what we do as network marketers is to really build trust with our audience, right? Build trust with the people that we're connected to. This is natural. This is not a bad thing. This is something that has been going on, since the dawn of sales, right? If you trust someone, you're going to take their word a little bit more seriously. You're not going to be as skeptical. And so to build trust online with a bunch of strangers, people are starting to talk openly about things that they didn't used to before. Because let's face it, everybody's really good at social media these days, right? Everybody's hot. Like everybody knows how to post good stuff. Everybody can do the basics. And so now, how do you distinguish yourself? How do you stay relevant? How do you stay on people's minds? How do you get, as Danelle Delgado taught me, how do you get all eyes on you? Like, how do you get all eyes on you? How do you make it so that people remember you when they are struggling with something that they know you can help them with? How do you become known as the person who's going to help them with insert your products or insert the benefit of your products, right? You've got to be out there all the time. And so I think that I'm just going to share with you some of my thoughts on how to be authentic in 2020 and have it be a positive thing. Okay. So let me give you just some things that I think are key to keep in mind. I would say number one, stop trying to be an influencer or copy those that are. And this does not apply to everybody. So some of you guys are like, that is not what I want. Here's what I mean by that. I mean that the name of the game in network marketing should be, if she can do it, I can do it. Or if he can do it, I can do it. So in other words, you should not be striving to show a level of lifestyle all the time, or a level of professionalism all the time that makes people think that what you do is unattainable for them. Because if you do that and you have this picture perfect lifestyle, you've probably been taught in some way that you should show lifestyle photos. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying don't do that. What I'm saying is that if you curate a perfect Instagram feed or a perfect lifestyle, or you give this picture of the fact that you are always on it, you're always energetic, you're always gorgeous, your eyeliner is always perfect, like all of that, people will start to think that they will have worship for you. They won't think, oh my God, I can do what she's doing. And that is where duplication dies, right? Influencers are not duplicatable, and they are not what you want to be striving for in network marketing. So I think that for those of you who feel frustrated because you don't think that you can build your business online, or maybe you've been at this for a while and you haven't seen the success that you expected, I would just start to take a look at how you are showing up online. Are you coming subconsciously or consciously? Are you coming from a place where you want to show someone that you are someone special? Or are you coming from a place where you're trying to be something that you're not? Again, this isn't going to apply to everybody. I just want to throw out some food for thought. Are you showing up authentically? Are you sharing the good, the bad, the highs, the lows? Again, food for thought. Some of you are really, really good at sharing all the lows. In fact, you probably share too many lows. But I think it's a good time in this new year, it is January, to really reevaluate how you're approaching social media. Because ideally, I think that we want to come off in a way that is authentic, and we want to portray us. And yes, to some extent, it will always be an edited version of us, right? You're not showing the fight you had with your spouse, and you're not showing the day where you cried in bed all day or whatever, right? Like, there are things that you probably shouldn't show on social media just because it's not going to help anybody. But ultimately, I think we should all be aiming for a real conversation. And that real conversation is, I don't know, I think it's just sharing the thing that you would talk to your best friend about, maybe not in that level of detail, but sharing those kind of topics. Like, I think gone are, well, maybe not gone, maybe I'm wishing them gone, but have you seen those topics, like those questions on Facebook where people just post like fake questions to get engagement? Like, that kind of stuff is 2019. Let's leave that behind. And that's just my personal opinion. Maybe if it's working for you, rock on. But let's kind of leave behind the fake engagement posts, right? Let's actually put some thought into your message. So that would be my second recommendation for 2020 is, what is your mission? What is your message? And are you open about it online? Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys and let you know that I need to do a much better job of this. I talk a lot about what I teach. I talk a lot about what I can help you with, but I don't talk as much as I'd like to about what I really feel is my core mission, which is to help, quite frankly, women. I'm super passionate about that. I will help everybody, but I am really passionate about people like me who are women who are in corporate jobs who want an exit plan. They want to get out. They want to build a business so they can walk away from their jobs, and they want to make some money on the sides. Or maybe it's not even that they want to walk away from their job, but they want some breathing room and they don't want to be so darn stressed out all the time about money. And so that is something that I really, really am going to talk about more in 2020. So my question to you is, what is your message? What is your mission? You are doing this for a reason. You're doing this for a reason. And it's not to sell protein shakes or essential oils or makeup or your lashes or your nail things or whatever it is, right? That's not your mission. Like, yes, those are great. Yes, those products are incredible. Yes, I'm a big fan of all of that stuff, but that's not your core mission. Those products allow you to do something or feel something. What is that? Let's tap into that in 2020. Let's get a little bit more honest about our emotions and why we're doing this, because I think, number one, it helps you stay focused on why you're doing this. Number two, it helps lessen the objections that you're going to get when you're talking with people. When they know what you're doing this for, and it's not usually to make $5, right? It's not like off whatever sale you're going to make off that one particular person. Like, yes, of course, the money's great. All of that is great, but you're probably in it for the money for something greater. Like, it's not just the money itself. You want to make money because that's going to allow you to do something, or that's going to allow you to impact more lives, or that's going to allow you to spend more time with your family, or that's going to allow you to fill in the blank. What is that thing? What drives you? Like, let's have more conversations about that in 2020. And so I think my last tip on being more authentic is just keep showing up. Like, keep showing up. Oh my God. Facebook Memories is the best dose of humble pie I've ever seen in my life, because today I've been seeing videos that I did 2 years ago. I was doing a lot of Facebook Lives 2 years ago. I do quite a few Facebook Lives, but 2 years ago I was like doing them every single day. And I didn't know, I mean, I knew what I was doing a little bit, but I wasn't that great at it. And so I love it because Facebook Memories shows me that even though I don't see the change, even though I don't see the growth, oh man, is it there? Like, it is so there. All you have to go to is look back in your Facebook Memories and you'll see it. So keep showing up. That's my point. Keep showing up. Keep showing up consistently, even when no one's watching, even when no one's listening, because guess what? You might not see it, but they are watching and they are listening. And then if you aren't getting the results that you want on social media by posting and things like that, guys, let's start reaching out and having conversations with people, because authenticity is about connection. It's about connection. And so every one of your leads, every one of your Facebook friends or your Instagram followers or some person you follow on Instagram, that's a potential connection. It's up to you to be a human and reach out to them and say, hey, look, I have no idea whether this is something you'd be open to, but here's what I'm doing and here's why I'm doing it. What are your thoughts? Could you see yourself doing the same thing? That's a very easy conversation to have. You don't need to buy a, prospecting 101 course. You don't need a coach for that. Pretend like it's a person at a party and you are sitting next to them on a sofa and you want to ask them, if they want to take a look at what you're doing. Like, if you think about just having a human-to-human conversation, connection and authenticity gets really, really easy. Your stuff is not going to be for everybody, and that's totally okay. Because a lot of, I joke about this all the time. Like, you might have the best wrestling gear in the world in your company, but I don't wrestle and I don't need your stuff, right? That's, I don't know, just a silly example. Like, there's a lot of things in life I don't need. You might be selling the best looking car on the planet. It might be the cheapest, the best. It's on sale. It's a BOGO. It's a whatever. I'm not in the market for one right now. That's not my lifestyle. So you've got to remember that your product is the same to other people, and you have a freaking awesome product. I know you do. I am positive of that because I believe wholeheartedly in the products that the network marketing industry puts out, but it's just not going to be for everyone. Or maybe it's not the right time, right? I've talked to a lot of people. I'm sure you've experienced the same, where they say no, and then 6 months later they circle back. So keep showing up, keep having honest, authentic conversations, keep sharing about your mission and your message, and just be yourself. Just be yourself. Let's stop the cut and paste, posts. Let's stop copying other people's captions. Let's stop using the same thing that 700 other people are also using. Just write from the heart. Like, take pictures right from the heart, and I think that you will find that in 2020 that will go a really, really, really long way. So I hope that helped you guys. I am going to share what's coming in this podcast for you. So I am going to do a couple interviews this next chunk of podcasts that I've planned. And plan is a loose word because I just kind of go with what's on my mind and what I'm feeling and what I know and intuit that you guys might be needing at the time. So I do have some interviews coming up. I'm excited about those. If you'll recall, I've only ever interviewed one person on this, and that is my dear friend Angela Brooks. Shout out, Angela. I love you. And we talked about blogging and her story and her transformation. But I've got, if I do say so myself, without this sounding like super braggy, I've got some amazing friends in this industry, and I know that you can learn a lot from them. I certainly don't have all the answers, not even near or close to that. And so I want to bring a couple of my friends on this podcast and have them share with you what they're doing to stay authentic and how they're navigating social media and how they're marketing their stuff and what things are changing for them. So that's coming up. I'm also going to be talking a little bit more about mindset. I think that this is becoming a more acceptable topic. And I'll share more about just my journey and my mindset journey over the last year with you guys in future episodes, because I think it might help quite a few of you. I'm going to talk about things like manifestation. I want to talk about things like finances in network marketing. I want to talk about books that I love. I want to talk about part-time tips for those of you who are not full-time, either don't have a desire to be full-time, or you aren't full-time yet because you're not at a place where you can be full-time. It doesn't matter. Same tips still apply. I'm going to share some of those because, man, sometimes it is challenging, and that's okay, but it's certainly possible. And then, of course, my bread and butter, my BFF, my favorite topic, social media, all things social media. And so starting... I'm going to kick things off this year pretty heavily into Instagram. It's really where I get most of my leads, most of my sales. It's where I expand my network. It's where I spend most of my time when I am posting online. And so you'll definitely see some Instagram content from me, which, speaking of Instagram, if you'll remember, if you've been a long-time listener, last year I had so many people asking me what I was doing on Instagram to make sales that I created an Instagram course for network marketers. And I really don't think that there is, even now to this day, a course that is as good as this one that covers Instagram marketing for network marketers like mine does. However, I recorded it, I can't remember exactly what month, but it was like March, April timeframe, I think, of 2019. And so some things have changed. The basic principles of marketing are still spot freaking on. Those are still money. But some of the technical stuff has changed, and some of the way that you can generate leads and really build your business on Instagram has changed a little bit because of new features. And so I'm going to add some content to that course over the next 2 weeks. And what I'm going to do is that if you're in that course, you probably got an email from me already, and you got an event notification in the Facebook group for 2 different live sessions that I'm going to do. I'm going to do one on January 20th, 2020, and then one on January 27th. Those are both Mondays, so January 20th and 27th. I'm going to do that in the customer group. So if you've bought the course, you have the link to the customer group. And I'm going to do those sessions, and what I'm going to cover is all things Instagram 2020. I'm going to dive deep, like deep. It's going to be like an hour and a half, 2 hours per session, which is crazy, like just packed full of content on all the little things you need to know. And so if you're not already in that course and you want to jump in, you can go to sarayagoddard.com/Instagram. And I'm also giving you some money off. So as a Happy New Year gift, I'm going to give you $50 off that course. Trust me, it's worth it. I have a billion testimonials that I probably need to update the sales page with. But Instagram 2020 is the topic. And so the code for $50 off that course is IG2020 or IG2020. So enter the code IG2020 for $50 off that course. However, the code expires the day or when I basically go live on that first session. So January 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern time, that code will expire. So if you want to jump into our live sessions and learn, you're welcome to do that. I just want to make sure that I keep all the students that have that course updated and in the right stuff. So there you go. I hope that that was helpful in some way. I hope that that gave you some stuff to think about. I just really appreciate you guys. By the way, if you're not following me over on Instagram, please, please, please do send me a DM. Let's chat. I am at Soraya Goddard, SORAYAGODDARD. You can probably Google my name in some misspelled form, and I'm sure it'll pop up as well. So anyways, just a reminder, if you want to jump into that Instagram course, go to sorayagoddard.com/Instagram and use the code IG2020 for $50 off. That code expires January 20th. All right, guys, I will be back in just a couple days with a new podcast episode for you. Love you. Bye. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Before you go though, I have something for you. If you are looking to grow your audience online via social media so that you can have people getting excited about your products and reaching out to you to learn more, then you need my cheat sheet that has 50 health and wellness Facebook Live topics that will attract an audience to you. It also walks you through the secret 4-part formula that you can follow on both Facebook and Instagram that is proven to have people reaching out to you. And when you get it, I am also sending you guys an audio file for those of you who love to listen to the information on the go. You can get both of those things at www.sorayagoddard.com/podcast. Again, that's sorayagoddard.com/podcast. SORAYAGODDARD.com/podcast. Thanks so much. Chat soon.